In this particular video, we'll discuss about the background. In background, basically, when I talk about, you can pass the different colors in the different ways, which we have already learned in the previous video. Along with that, you can also pass the images in the different ways, like sometimes you want to fix background, sometimes you want a movable background. As per your choice, you can pass the background image. So let's start practically what all we can do of designing a web background using CSS.
Now, in order to set the background here, let's first put the background for a paragraph, and for doing that, I'll put style attribute. I can do that here as well in the style, but for this, I'm going inline. So style is equal to background color. So background color, whatever you want, like let's say I'll pass yellow. So that will basically change the background color to yellow. Since I specified the background only for this paragraph, so only this much portion is having a background yellow. But you can see like there is a sentence, and after that I have added 3 line breaks. That's why you are getting this much height. Alright. Now, if I want to do the same thing for the complete document, I could have done this thing like I can just put this style attribute here in the body. Let's remove it from paragraph. Alright, so when I'll refresh it, you can see the complete document is now having a background yellow. Similarly, you can choose any color of your choice, and if you want, you can also put the image as a background. For doing that, what I'll say is background image colon. Here I'll have to pass the URL of the image, and inside this URL function, URL attribute here, I'll pass like is a folder in the same location where I have saved my web page, and inside that I have bg.jpg image. So you will pass the URL of the image, and when I'll refresh, you can see this is the image which I wanted to set in the background. The text is still the same. Now, if you want, you can just make some amendments in the same image. Like if you want to repeat this particular background, by default it is getting repeated horizontally as well as vertically, since the size of the image is smaller than the screen size. So what I can do is I can just pass the semicolon, and I can apply the attribute like background repeat. So if you will say repeat, that is the default value, means there will be no change. But if we'll say repeat X, only horizontal images will be repeated. As you can see here, vertically it's not getting repeated, since X denotes the horizontal and Y for vertical. Now when you say repeat Y, so there is no image right here on the right hand side, but it is repeated vertically. And after that you can also say no repeat. That will just add this image once. You can also set the position of the background by passing the attribute background position to any particular value. So basically what it will do is, when here you refresh, it is taking the margin of 100 pixel from horizontal as well as from the vertical. By default it was getting started from this coordinate 0, 0, but now it is taking 100 pixel margin from the left and from the top. So let's come back to this one, and I will put some more line breaks here just to make my document much bigger. Alright, so let's save it, let's refresh it. Alright, let me just remove this first. Let me remove this background repeat as well. So this is my page, and here you can see the content going on. Alright, now it's just line break, I haven't put anything else. But now there is one more thing, like if I want to fix my background, for doing that I will pass the attribute background attachment to fixed. So let's save it, let's refresh it here, and now when I will scroll, you can see there is only content floating. Alright, let me put some content as well so that you can feel that. I'll put it somewhere in the middle so that you can see it scrolling. Alright, and here you can see only the content is floating here, but there is no change in the background. It is still. Alright, so this is about the fixed background. So these are the things that you can put in your paragraph or in the background of your whole document, where you can put the colors or you can put the images in a different way.